In this video, let's take a look at the new stakeout report options and show you how we can do a stakeout report quickly and easily inside of Traverse BC. So here's a parking lot design that we did a year or so ago, and we've used this in a couple of the videos. I want to show you what we did for the stakeout for the subgrade here. So I'm going to bring up the drawing that we gave to the contractors. So this is half of a city block, and we had some existing pavement over here that we used, and everything else was raw subgrade. And so I want to show you the stakeout information for that, and let's do a report on it. So here I've got a traverse that was staked, 84 points in there, and on the data collector that we were using, staked points were designated with an @ symbol. I want to change this to single line so you can kind of see this. So 493 was the design point, stake point was 493 @, and if I staked it multiple times, it was @:1, @:2, and that's just how that data collector recorded those. So when I go to do a stakeout report on this, I can either come down to Reports, Stakeout Report, or I can go up to Tools, Stakeout Report, and I want to pick the traverse that I'm working with. Okay, so that's going to be my source of points, and then I'm going to identify the stake points by the point label contains this symbol. That could just as easily be a pound or an exclamation point. I could also have a point label difference. So I could say, instead of 493, I want to have a point label that says add 1,000 to it. 1,493 was my staked position. That would be fine. I could also say I'm putting a character in the description. So when I went into this point 493 I could say in the description @493 or equals 493 or pound 493 would designate the design point. And then of course I can also have side shots, and any number of side shots could be the staked points and relate back to their control point, which is the design point. So lots of ways to identify staked points, and then some options for the reporting here. I want the average and the skip design points. And then I just hit OK. Traverse BC generates that report for me. So let's come up here to where the report starts. And here I've got my stakeout report. And it's just real simple. For each point that was included, because of how I specified my staked points, I get a design, staked, and the difference. And then when it's all said and done, I come down and I've got an average on this. Okay, so my average horizontal was 0.14, average vertical is 0.47, which makes sense because I was adjusting quite a few of the elevations out there. So you can see, like, here's a 2800s, here's a 43 or 40 to fit some of the perimeter areas for the driveways. And then I think if we look up here on this linear difference, okay, like here's a 652. I think this is a point we actually moved the position of to allow for some landscaping water to be put in once we get out there in the field. So it's really nice to have that difference for each point, and then to have that average at the end. But what I really wanted you to see then was that what's new in TPC 2022 is this stakeout report dialog, and the ability to pick from one of these 4 options here how I want to designate which points are the staked points, which points are the design points.